In today's video, we're going to be having a conversation about Lost Origin single prices. Should you be picking it up and watching the price of the booster box already start to go down? But before we jump into it, as always, we do weekly giveaways. All you have to do is enter, leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe. We are also doing another giveaway as well on our Twitter. Link is down in the description below for that. We're going to be giving away a Brilliant Stars booster box. So highly recommend you check it out as we're trying to jumpstart some of our other social media accounts. And outside of that, very, very important announcement today, guys. Patreon. We've got 1 or 2 spots left as it stands right now. And tomorrow is the deadline for Obsidian Flames pre-order. So if you would like to take advantage and join now or tomorrow and get in while you can get prices at wholesale, highly recommend you check out the Patreon wholesale access. Link is down in the description below. Not only do you get access to Pokemon at wholesale prices, but you also get access to Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, Flesh and Blood, MetaZoo, and so much more. So check that out. But outside of that, Discord is the place to be if you want to stay up to date on all things PokemartUSA. Link is down below for that. But jumping into today's topic, so we left off last week having a conversation about confirmed reprints for Lost Origin. And, well, we're going to do a little bit of an update on the price right now for the booster box, and then also have a little bit more of an in-depth conversation on my general predictions on the overall singles. So the first thing we're going to look at is this big downturn arrow. So the price of the current Lost Origin booster box at its high point, it was going for roughly around 170. I mean, obviously this is reflected on the chart, but there was instances where I saw sales going for 175. It didn't last long, but we saw sales as high as 175. From that, we've seen the price drop around $20, and it has been about a week, and the price is dropping without any sort of official confirmation on what the realistic price is going to be for wholesale booster boxes. Obviously, I'm under the impression it's probably going to be 86, 90, $100. Highly doubt it's going to be 120. As we said, you know, GTS distribution likes to scalp online retailers and LGSs when it comes to reprinted product, but a lot of other distributors, I shouldn't say a lot, other distributors don't tend to do that. And so there is going to be possibilities for places to, I mean, Safari Zone is a perfect example because they were just showing Paldea Evolved boosters for like $100 a pop, I think is what they were doing with shipping included. So wouldn't surprise me if Lost Origin comes around and they do something of a similar deal when it comes to that. As they're kind of known for being a really good place to pick up cheap booster boxes. So just a little bit of a shout out to them. But yeah, we're still a month away from even getting the exact numbers of what that's going to look like, but we're already starting to see the prices come down. So it begs that to ask the question, what does this mean for singles? So as we can see with the Giratina, over the general 3-month period, the price of the Giratina has done nothing but continue to go down. Not a ton. I mean, if we want to look at on a 6-month chart, we can see that more or less it's a sideways and slightly down. But we haven't seen a true sort of correction with the singles in the same way as we have the overall booster box. And to be quite honest with you, I feel as if you should see a 1-to-1 correlation in the Lost Origin booster box as well as a lot of the singles. Granted, there was a, lot harder pull rates when it came to Lost Origin compared to other sets, but that still shouldn't change the fact of the matter that as we're going to be getting more supply opened up, then we're going to see the overall value go down. And you might say, well, Eli, we haven't gotten the booster boxes yet. So we haven't gotten the supply, so prices shouldn't in theory drop yet. But we haven't gotten the booster boxes yet either, and yet the prices are dropping. So my general prediction is you should start to see within the next week or two this honestly come down. And maybe I could be 100% wrong on this, but when you're saying to yourself, okay, well, like I just said before, more product being open, more supply of cards, prices for singles are going to go down. And so you should anticipate that if you're someone that's holding on to singles right now, Obviously, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. Always do your own research. Now might be a good time to start letting go of some of your singles or positions if you are someone that is interested in holding, singles long term, PSA graded long term, because this is also going to, cause an influx of PSA graded submissions for this card as more Lost Orange gets open. So ultimately, at the end of the day, I think we're going to see a real kind of catalyst with the booster boxes coming, and with that, prices are going to indeed go down. Now, people are going to ask me price predictions. Eli, what is the price prediction that you anticipate we could see for this to go down? So, when the initial set was released, obviously you had it on pre-sale, we saw that it went to as low as $228. That was the absolute low we saw for this specific card. We saw it then price climb as the demand came up for it, as we realized booster boxes were not that readily available, and as we also realized that it was hard to pull this card. And then it climbed all the way to around $330. I don't think it is out of the realm of possibility to see this card at around the $225 to $250 price range. And I think that, in all honesty, this could be an extremely conservative metric. When going over and taking a look at a set such as Vivid Voltage, for example, because this one has quite a bit of history, and the value for the Pikachu or the Chunkachu was absolutely roaring in terms of its overall price on TCG Player. We saw with the initial release, it was at roughly around $300. And although, unlike the Giratina when it first came out, it did bad and then immediately shot back up, we did see the price continuously go down and down and down over time as more and more supply flooded the overall market. I mean, we saw at least a 66% drop with that. And now you might say, oh, I'm not convinced, Eli. Vivid Voltage, Rainbows, who cares? This is not alternate arts. Okay, well, Moonbryon. Let's use the Moonbryon then as an example. One of the most high demand desired cards of all time, specifically for alternate arts. What we can see for this overall price point of the card itself is that it went from the overall opening release, it was roughly around $224, and it went all the way down to $172 after we got a resupply. You might say, Eli, that doesn't seem like that big of a drop. That's about a $50 drop, but that's a 25 to 30% drop on the card itself. And so if we go take a look at the Giratina and we say, all right, well, what's the card roughly selling for about now? It's selling for around $315. If we're just going to shave off and say from $315, we're going to have it lose 25% of its value. So we're going to put it at 75%. It's going to be right in that range that I mentioned of $225 to $250 based on what the Moonbryon did when it came to its overall price correction. And to be quite frank with you, although I'm a fan of Giratina, although the art design is cool for the Giratina, it is no Moonbryon. And so I think this is very much so a conservative prediction, as it's entirely possible it could go lower. But once again, this is all solely based on the fact of the matter. Is this going to be as big as a reprint from what we've heard so far? So I look at these prices and I say, conservatively speaking, we can have a prediction that most of these items are going to follow 25 to 30% for the higher demand cards. And to be quite frank with you, some of these lower demand cards could drop 30, 40 plus percentage points in overall value, which sounds crazy, but this is not out of the realm of possibility when it comes to things we have seen historically speaking. And you go take a look at the trainer gallery of Lost Origin, look at the Chunkachu, as this is the most high demand card right now. I mean, obviously on the release day, it did its thing, but from the overall high to low right now, the price itself has roughly just continued to kind of go down. It's dropped about 20% in the overall, actually 30% in the overall past 2 to 3 months. And it just hasn't been a card that's performed extremely well. Most recently, you add a reprint into this. This might sound crazy to say, but it would not surprise me if this card went to the mid-20s, the low 30s. It's just a card that, although I love the card, it's a great card, Doesn't matter. Supply and demand, economic theory, and seeing that this card has already been performing poorly since March, and now you're adding more downward pressure with supply. I think that this should be the general strategy and the main takeaway you should have from this video. When it comes to Lost Origin, the expected time frame is going to be mid-July of when we're going to see the overall reprint happen. If it ends up being as big as we think it's going to be, I would honest to God wait. I mean, my general theory, since I don't have a crystal ball, I can't time it, 2 weeks after you've seen prices start to go stagnant. So in other words, if hypothetically speaking, you see the Pikachu drop 50% within a month, right? And then you see like a 2-week period where it doesn't move whatsoever, then you can feel confident that you're more than likely going to be at a stability point. However, if you see that it's continuing to drop, and you want to just hop in immediately because you want to time the bottom, don't do that. Be patient. It's not going to immediately get scooped up because everyone's just dying to pick up the Pikachus. And so just patience is going to be the key. But, you know, if you want me to throw a time frame to it, it would not surprise me if after about a month and a half to a month after the, I mean, we could even see 2 months, honestly, of just continued price action. And maybe this isn't the best example because Crown Zenith has had continued product just being pushed out. So please take this as a grain of salt, but we can see that when continued product is being pumped out for a specific set, that prices will just continue to drop and drop and drop and drop. And that's what we're seeing. And there's already been some potential news coming out that there might even be some more back orders available for Crown Zenith product in the future, from what I've been hearing around the rumor mill from distros. So it's entirely possible that a card like this could continue to go down even more. So more or less, if you're someone that is a huge fan of picking up singles, I think now is the time to be patient, wait, and watch prices just kind of fall. And this goes for more than just, obviously, Lost Origin. Like the example I'm giving right now with Crown Zenith, Paldea Evolved is a set that I'm a fan of it from a long-term sale product perspective, but from a singles perspective, we know with new set releases, prices are going to crash. You're going to wait on this. Scarlet and Violet in general is also seeing a large amount of price correction. I mean, look at the Miriam, guys, and just what the Miriam has done just within the past month. I mean, that's a 20% drop in overall price. So we're seeing singles crash right now in a large portion of the hobby. And, you know, it's all surrounding within the sets of 2021. We go take a look at Silver Tempest and see how the Lugia, most particularly, has been performing within the 3-month period. I mean, let's look at a larger kind of time frame out. The price of it has also just continued to go down. So, you know, I don't think you should be buying singles right now, guys. I think you should be patient. I think you should wait because there's going to be a lot of opportunity to be able to pick up these singles at an extremely affordable price. And if you're someone that likes to collect and master set binders, I would say be patient, hold off. Now's the time to be picking up a lot of sealed product from Crown Zenith, Scarlet and Violet, Paldea Evolved, soon Lost Origin, potentially Silver Tempest. So be patient. That is the name of the game. But yeah, that's kind of it. A little bit of a shorter video today, but I figured I would give you guys the rundown and just point out the fact, hey guys, singles are crashing within Pokemon. So it may be in everyone's best interest to be patient and wait before you decide to pick that up for your collection or long-term investment. But as far as it goes, that is all for today's video. Once again, make sure if you want to get access to wholesale Pokemon prices, now is the time to do so, as Obsidian Flames pre-orders are going to end sometime at the end of the day tomorrow. So make sure to join the Patreon either today or tomorrow to take advantage of pre-orders to get access to wholesale prices. But outside of that, you've got wholesale access to Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, etc. And then if you want to enter into our weekly giveaways, make sure you leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Twitter is also a place where we're doing giveaways right now. So links down in the description below. Check that out. But outside of that, Discord is the place to be if you want to stay up to date on all things PokemartUSA. But that is all. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Till then, I will see you all on Tuesday's live. Peace.